Yo, what's up? Just doing a quick video on an experiment I did last week to improve one of my goals for this year in 2024 on putting. I wanted to try to do like 100 putts a day type of thing, just for as like something to track for practice on my putting mat indoors since it's still pretty cold out. What I ended up putting together is doing 100 putts in total and 20 putts from the nine spots, and then 20 putts from the five spots. 9 feet is as far as my mat goes, so I wanted to practice like the furthest putts possible. And then also, I felt like 5 footers are super common um, spots that is like either nerve-wracking or that are like really important putts to make when you're on the course. So I doubled up on those. These are my results, so I did them every day. Some of the days it wasn't like super consistent and doing it all at once. I try to like break it up into a couple spots and then work a bit and then do a couple spots just so you weren't like super, I guess, flowing in a rhythm from hitting from the same spot. I don't know if that's like the best method or not, um, but that's just kind of what I did. So day one, I started and hit 75 out of 100. Um, Inside 5 feet was pretty good. It was pretty easy. Missed one or two. I think most of them were misalignments. And then coinciding with this, I was doing daily shorts the next day to see if there was like any improvement from the practice. So the daily shorts, I'd do 10 spots in the morning before practicing putting the day after, and then I would just have one shot each. So the day after my first 100 putts, I went 7 for 10. Not the nine spots, I was like under 50%. I think I want to be at 70% at least. Soft goal for everything. So not a bad starting point. Moving on to the second day, I did improve on the 100 putts, so at 77%. My second nine spot was worse at 20%, but my first 20 spot or nine spot was better. Um, and then kind of just some variation going through the rows. Moving on, third day, my daily 10 was worse. I was 6 for 10, and my nine spot was worse as well. My inside 5 feet was amazing, and then pretty much 50% from 5 feet on. Next day, back to seven. I hit 7 out of 10 again in the next morning, um, and then went 77% um, total. So just going back to, if you notice, the day three I did regress total. Not sure why that happened, but I do have a few notes at the end as well. And then day four, sorry, went back to 77% total, and then 7 out of 10 as well. 60%, and then 70% past 7 feet, which I think is pretty good, a good start. So you can see improvement. And then this was my best days, 81% for 100 on the fifth day in a row, but my daily 10 was the worst. So I went 50% from the daily 10 in the morning, but my practice was the best. So the nine was terrible. The first nine was terrible. I only made 2 out of 10, but then the rest of the percentages were great. And then I took a couple days off because it was the weekend. And then on the 4-8, I went back down to 70%. So something I noticed is that, like, when you stop practicing for a few days, I guess you're a little rusty. But then what's weird is my daily 10 here is back to 7. So, like, back to the starting point, essentially. Um, and then the last day went back to 75%, and then my daily 10 in the morning was down to 50% again. So we're kind of floating around the 70% out of the 100 range, and then the daily 10s are like super sporadic. So I'm not sure if this is the best practice method. Um, what I did learn though from doing the 100 putts a day is I noticed like some inconsistencies from the recording and then just doing it. Like I noticed I missed a lot of putts because I didn't like hit the center of the face at impact. So that's a good note to take away. And then a lot of the misses were more like they weren't short misses. They were more of pathway club swings. So like the club path was most of the reasons for my misses. Not that like I didn't get it, I didn't hit the ball hard enough. Um, and then I felt I was trying some different things too. I felt like the more I looked at the target, which I am like a field putter, but the more I like moved my head, lifted my head looking at the target through the putt, I missed more often too. So if I kept my head down until the ball totally released, I did a little better. So I'm gonna try next week to do the tiger drill. So we're gonna do something different. We're not gonna do 100 putts a day. We're just gonna putt for like 10 minutes a day and then try to focus on center of the face, launch, and then swing path. So try that.